The Yeti Radio, powered by DavidLeeImaging.com. David Lee Imaging in the Titletown Music Archive and the Live 365 app. Welcome to the Backstage Lounge on the YetiRadio.com.
Don't fuck it up.
That's right, everybody. It's the YetiRadio.com and the Backstage Lounge live tonight with Tenacious B from right here in the Valley of the Sun, Phoenix, Arizona. We're going to have some fun tonight and find out about Tenacious B. But Becca had the opportunity to perform on a song with a local band by the name of Red Rum. And we'll start the interview off and go ahead and play that song, and then we'll talk about that real quick as soon as it ends. But here's Red Rum's new song, Living the Life. It's got that extra word on the Living the Life by Red Rum right here on the Yeti Radio in the Backstage Lounge.
inside the void. So far, so good, knock on wood. It's not over yet. What does it say? It's not over until the fat lady sings. Or that girl.
Back in the Yeti Radio, in the Backstage Lounge, it's Tenacious B. We have... we have Miss Becca. We have Roman, Caleb, Cree, and Andy. Welcome, everybody.
Welcome.
Hey, thank you so much for having us.
Thank you.
No,
Welcome
thank you
yourself.
for coming. Thank you for accepting. And because you'd be surprised at the people that are like, yeah...
I would.
Really?
I would be surprised.
That would
This
surprise
place is
me.
incredible.
I would not pass on a trip to the Yeti cave
Yeah,
in
man.
any lifetime.
Hey, Yeti is my papa, and he's got to protect me. Yeah. Nobody's gonna get it. That's okay. That's all right. Well, who says it was a reference?
So the operatic bit in that last tune was Miss Becca.
I especially liked
outstanding.
I especially liked the screaming that you did at the end there. Oh, thought that was really good.
Scott Rowe.
She's being bashful.
No, it's
Look at her. Never wants to take credit for her accomplishments.
So you teach at the school of
four of us
Four
teach
of you?
at the same school.
80%.
And we see ourselves as kind of like the Ninja Turtles, and that's Master Splinter, who does
Master
the
Splinter
bullcrap
over there.
all the time.
I'm the best turtle, which is I've never
Mikey.
seen it, but I think
I'm Mikey always.
Share the microphone.
I feel like I need to be Mikey because I feel like that's the best one. Is that right?
I'm always Mikey, and you can be Ralphie with the hot-headed attitude.
Okay. But hot.
Sure.
I'm just Donatello.
Cree does machines for sure.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, apparently I'm Michelangelo, so my uncle would attest to that, I guess. So.
Is that right? Well, there you go. Michelangelo, of course, the Rainbow Ninja Turtle.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah. something
black.
like that.
I don't know what the colors are.
He's the party dude.
The
Yeah.
party.
He's
dude.
orange.
Is he? Orange. That was my next
What is
guess.
wrong with you?
One of them's yellow. I know that much.
No, none of them are
No.
yellow. Good try.
So, what do you teach, Becca?
I teach voice. I'm a vocal coach, I guess you could say.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hence the operatic. I was going to guess that, but
Yeah.
I didn't want to.
I have no other talents, so.
When they open up
she's really
guitar
good at it.
classes, you're going to be first in line to teach every single one, though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Keytar.
Keytar.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Keytar.
Right,
She's
yes.
also really good at kazoo.
I'm,
So-
you know, I
That's
am
maybe the
exceptional
least
at
surprising
kazoo.
thing I've
Yes.
ever heard in my
Just
life.
means you
honestly.
blow good, right?
Hey-oh! You know? Cree, what do you do?
What do you want?
Ooh.
No, I just don't play strings like violin and stuff, but everything else, yeah, for the most part.
Okay.
Yeah. I had a lot of
You
free
got the whole
time growing up. So,
Yu-Gi-Oh thing going on.
Yeah. Got the card arm thing, like. Yeah. That was a simple answer, but yeah.
Cool.
I just really teach drums. I've filled in for other stuff here and there, but drums is kind of the only thing I'm, capable of teaching. I would say so. It's
That's not true. You're really good guitar.
Well,
that's
I
what
was gonna
I'm
say,
trying
I
to
think
say,
it's
but-
funny that the one picture that we have of Caleb, the space cowboy, America's godchild,
Yeah, that's close.
is him playing guitar.
I'm playing guitar in
So-
that picture. Yeah, I would say it sends a mixed message for sure, but that's, it is what it is. Like, it's okay.
He also plays the whip pretty good too,
like-
and he teaches that too.
Oh,
Crazy whip. For sure.
I was like, you have
He was in the
layers.
show if you watch carefully.
yeah.
During the
last
crack
whip
with
I
the
saw,
trumpet
I don't know if I want to see that.
Was it my whip?
No.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say if you've ever.
I just
seen
did a
me
photo
whip-
shoot with about 350 different people, and wow.
Okay.
Wow,
Yeah,
yeah.
there,
Tell us about that.
No.
I want to know more about
This is about you guys. We'll talk about that.
All right.
Dragon Warrior whip.
at the
What
end.
do you do?
You teach us
He teaches us every day.
He
You
just
teach
plays
us
guitar and keeps everybody
about
in
the
line.
world.
He teaches relationships. He keeps us together.
He's so zen and like wise,
Yeah.
and just puts up with.
Well, come
so
on, he's
much
wearing
crap.
a clutch shirt. Come on.
I would say he teaches us how to get on stage quickly.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He is an example of how to be punctual. However, we have not learned that yet. Yeah, how to what?
Deal with sound people.
Sound people.
Yeah, got to deal with the sound engineers.
Yeah.
All sorts of things. Yeah.
Well, in case y'all didn't know, Clutch does have a song called "The Yeti."
There you go. That's
It was
why.
an honor.
So, Roman, what do you teach?
Oh, I also teach. I teach everything except for voice. I don't.
Okay.
Saxophone, violin.
I teach it all.
guitar,
I
bass.
haven't had kazoo lessons yet, but I would love to do that. But I feel more comfortable on a kazoo than I do
Accordion?
with my voice, which is like what I largely do in the band. But I'm just kind of yelling. I'm just kind of having a good time,
Well,
I don't know.
Tenacious B is kind of a party band, right?
Absolutely.
You're up there having fun all the time and mooning people and
And what?
Yeah,
mooning people.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about
It
earlier.
does.
That's it.
It's a pair of cheeks that say Tenacious B. Yes?
It is.
It is.
Would you like to see them?
No.
Okay.
I have seen them, so I'm good.
Are they written on or
No.
right now?
No.
Would you like to see them, Caleb?
I mean, no, but like I've seen them enough times for
Yeah.
Well,
absolutely.
I think it's funny that you're saying written on when that's just
your-
a
I
tattoo,
would
or I mean
say-
not a tattoo,
it's
a birthmark.
it's cool that you guys found
It's
each
a
other.
birthmark that says Tenacious B.
Exactly. It was really weird. One day I was like, man, I just have this. He was like, I have this
Perfect
really weird
creative
birthmark. It says
design.
Tanakh. And I was like, that's so weird. I have one too. It says Yash B.
Yeah,
And we're like, oh my gosh.
And
With
I
our
said,
butts
yeah.
combined, Tenacious B.
that's right. Well, I thought it was Eos Batanach,
Oh,
but then we sorted it out.
yeah. In case anyone's
Awesome.
lost, this is a reference to the Tenacious B movie or
Yeah.
D movie.
No, the Tenacious B movie that's coming out, and wherever you want to see it.
If you're ever
Very
confused
soon.
about anything that's going on stage, go watch The Pick of Destiny.
Or
I mean,
as we like to
three-
call it, the pick of Bextony.
3/5 of
Yeah.
this band have seen that movie. It's good.
I was like, should we talk about our failures? Should we talk about like everything that we're not doing well as a band in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Only 3 of us have seen The Pick of Destiny.
Yeah. But we won't reveal who
Yeah.
unless you ask.
I haven't seen it.
Okay, well there you go.
That's one. So you can guess.
We won't know the second.
I feel like we're steamrolling poor Mike here.
I know.
No.
Sorry.
That's what this is. This is you explaining and showing people who and what you are.
Cool.
It's just that you're a party band. You do covers and have a good time and just make people enjoy the craziness. And you know, come on. I'm the Yeti, and you're wearing the horns of
Satan.
Krampus.
Yeah, exactly. I am a she-demon. Absolutely.
Well, and that's the thing for Christmas. I have a Christmas cloak.
Hey.
So and I wear it at the Christmas time shows, and that's the thing
So very
because I went to one city organized Halloween carnival, and my daughter and I lost to Freddy, Jason, Chucky, Pennywise, Leatherface, one more. I can't remember offhand.
We want the Yeti.
We were scary. Well, I was scary. She was cute. I was scary. And they were just in costume. And they won. But I figure they had something to do with the organization of the event, or was one of the big names in town, or whatever. I get that, because that's what's going to happen. We got second place. Okay.
Cool.
But I was a little perturbed when that happened, so I ordered a bunch of grandma's wig heads, the styrofoam wig heads that you can put your wig on, back in the 60s, 70s.
I think okay.
And then I bought all the masks.
Nice.
And then I put them masks on the wig heads and secured them. And then I got liquid skin and made pans of liquid skin and cut them into strips and wrapped them around the base and made it look like I just cut all the fucking heads off of your nightmares. And put eye bolts through them and chained them together and wore them.
Yes.
But I've yet to make it back to the festival.
That's awesome.
So,
spoilers. That's fantastic.
Don't fuck with the Yeti.
So I get to having the fun part, because that's what that was. I'm not bitter that we got second place, or it is what it is. But I'm going to play with it a little bit, because it's similar to you guys. You get up there, you have a good time, you do your thing, and the costumes, the whatever
Antics.
you write it, the ticks, the tattoos, the cheeks,
Marks.
We just let our ADHD go wild.
Yeah.
And the balloon animals,
Yeah.
the silly string, the mustaches.
I want to bring up. I didn't remember this until right now. From a long time ago when we first brought our brat Cree into the band. We were gonna perform at a burlesque show, and we're like throwing all these like different crazy ideas at each other. She's like, guys, what if I started smoking a cigarette on stage?
Cigarette.
Oh, yeah.
And we're like, that was like her one contribution. We're like, I don't know, Cree, I don't know if you're allowed to do that.
Crazy,
Like, we're talking about like, getting
Before.
naked and doing
And I'm like, I'm gonna
stupid
smoke
things.
a cigarette.
and a
Inside.
Cruella DeVille filter.
Like a foot long cigarette. Really.
That was
That would have
pitched.
been
Put it in my
Yeah.
back pocket. Just like this.
So,
I don't know if you can actually smoke indoors anymore.
I was really
Right.
bad. I was about to buy a
That was the
like a vape
craziest idea.
I think she was
I've
pretty
that looked like a
disappointed in that.
cigarette, and they didn't have.
Well,
one
just
in
look
the
at him and go,
store.
it's vape.
yeah.
Yeah, you know what? I mean, that's all.
And it wasn't like she needed to smoke a cigarette. It was like, this is a bit that I want to do, guys.
we need to make. Cree is not a habitual
okay.
smoker. It's just a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll play enough shows that eventually Cree will get addicted to nicotine, and that'll be the greatest joke of them all.
Real.
The joke
It's
was
so
on
real.
her.
I was like, I'm not allowed to smoke because I have to sing, so not right now. But
Yeah.
Maggie C wants to know if she will get the band if she's not seen the movie.
You'll get a good time.
Yes,
I
you
mean,
get a
I
really
am
good time.
interested, I think.
So how did you come up with the
Hi,
name?
Maggie.
Hi, Maggie.
She birthed.
Don't.
She
I was
birthed him.
okay. Yeah. Allegedly.
That's what the
Tenacious
that's
B
the
birthed
B.
Roman.
So Tenacious. Well, obviously we are Tenacious D tribute band.
Yes.
And what happened was, Brian Mogul came to me. He was like, "Hey, I would love my other band to play, T-Bex and the Velocirockers,"
Yes.
and they weren't able to. But I'm a slut, and I just want to play all the time because I enjoy it. And I was like, Roman, if only there was a way I could play this show. But yeah, woe is me, I don't have a band. And he's like, I could play with you. And I was like, yeah, but what would we do? Like, whatever. And I was like, well, I'll call you back in a minute. I had to go do something. And then it occurred to me as I was walking to my car, I was like, because a few nights earlier, he and I were just rocking out to Tenacious D for fun. And
We were just being stupid. And I had an acoustic
Which
guitar.
is in line with
Right.
Exactly. It's very much connected.
when it fits, it fits.
Oh, exactly.
All right, actually, how do they say it? When it fits, it ships.
Yeah.
Yeah. They don't call it band mates.
That's right. Wait, what?
Never mind.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Anyways, so I called Roman. I was like, Roman, what if we do Tenacious D covers for this set? And he was like, let's do it, man. Let's fucking do it. Yeah. And he's like, but we'll call it Tenacious B for me, Bex. But
I don't.
yeah, it was all about me. So
Schmooze points.
No, you were like Tenacious Bex.
Yeah.
In fact, Brian Mogul was like, you should call it Tenacious Bex. But now we joke that it could be butts, boobs, booze, babacanoosh.
I just like that a B is really two D's
Babadook.
if you think about it.
A B is double D's.
That's fair. Roman at one point was like, letter B's like boobs. Looks like pair of boobs.
And that's an astute observation that, these
Well,
are the kind of cutting, concise imagery that you get when you work with RC over here.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
really
That's right.
Exactly.
Well, the B in your logo would be more like a pair of Madonna boobs.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
that-
'cause they're
Yeah,
pointed.
when
There's
we
more
were-
truth to that than you realize.
What?
Yeah. Well, go ahead. What were you gonna say?
Oh, I was just gonna say when we were trying to make our little logo there,
Yeah.
he was like, "Could you put 2 dots on the ends of the B's to make it look like nipples?" It looked stupid, so we didn't do it.
I do think I shut that down. I
Oh, yeah.
apologize.
If you think about it, though, I think what sets us apart from Tenacious D and also, like, I'm going to say most other bands is the fact that we have girls.
That's a fair.
There are other things, but, like, that's a thing, And if you think about it, a B, double D's, I just got that. That was really good. But it's two D's, 2 girls. And both of your names start with D.
Yeah.
Roman, I don't think anyone's getting your jokes.
I don't know.
You're really reaching.
I don't know.
I may be stupid, but sorry.
What he just said is true or anything.
That was the conception of Tenacious B.
That's how it was conceived, and that's
But-
the name.
But
How the name was conceived.
That like the show. That's the craziest explanation I've ever heard for a band,
Correct. Yes.
which is awesome.
Which
but that
is
was
on
just
brand.
2 of us. We got more since then. Obviously,
More what?
more people and
Yes.
in line with how we started.
Mm.
It was what, like a week prior, a couple
Yes.
days. Okay.
Yeah, we had a week's time to get everything together,
There hasn't been a single.
and it was just me and Roman with an acoustic guitar to start.
Okay.
Right. As far as I think there hasn't been a single addition to this band where it hasn't been like, okay, we have a show next weekend.
Next week.
The most last
Can
minute thing
we
possible.
make this happen? Dragon Warrior had the longest.
Because
How long
He had two-
was that?
You guys actually had a gig that was coming up real quick.
That's right.
Yeah, you guys had a gig that was coming up like within a day or two, and I
That
just
was
couldn't
the one
make.
that Cree wanted to smoke a cigarette at.
And then
It's super
right,
was.
and so then, but it was the next gig after that that I jumped in with you. But yeah, everybody else was kind of thrown into the fire. I at least had a week or two.
We had a week.
Yeah.
So when about was the decision to do Tenacious B?
that was last March, so a year
Last
ago.
March, almost a year.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, maybe it's our
And
anniversary.
so
for all
who
we
was
know.
added first?
Huh? Oh,
Becca was added first. I was the first person. And I
No,
graciously-
no. That's me, then you. Then here's what we came. So actually, we've decided because sometimes me and Roman do Tenacious B as just each other when the ox is in the mire, nobody else could do it. And we've now just said, guys, this is new information.
What does that mean? The ox
We're-
is in the mire.
Oh shush. Okay.
this is
Anyway,
You're
breaking.
getting the memo live on the
breaking.
Yeti Radio.
we're calling it. Anytime it's just me and Roman playing, guys, we're gonna call it. Roman came up with this. Would you like to say it?
I don't know.
Tenacious BC. Tenacious before Caleb.
That's pretty sick. I'm a huge fan.
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan. I feel honored, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was.
before Creed.
Yeah, before
And
Creep,
Candy.
Dragon Warrior. I came in like a month into the whole thing.
Yeah.
Roman and I had played a bunch of times before, in just like random stuff.
We were in a previous
Yeah.
band.
He actually, shout out.
Yeah.
Kind of decent.
Kind of decent. Let's go.
But
Yep.
Yeah, Roman and I had collaborated a bunch of times. He actually was the person who interviewed me to teach at the school.
God.
So this whole thing would have gone really differently if he had decided that I sucked that day.
Yeah.
But
The only reason that I didn't decide that you sucked
I appreciate
is
it,
because I had the first and only like hardcore panic attack of my life.
Yeah, I'm glad I brought that to you for sure.
I'm afraid of caffeine because of it. I had like, I don't know, 3 cups of coffee, like a couple of those like bubbly, spiked bubbly or whatever, caffeinated bubblies. And then I drank, when I got to work, our front desk girl was like, Roman, like, you know, kind of like,
Twitchy?
Yeah, basically. And she's like, do you need anything? I'm like, yeah, that Monster looks really good. I had a Monster. And then I interviewed Caleb.
Yeah. I mean,
You
and I had no
interviewed him
frame of-
on a Monster.
I had no. Well, and
He
I
was a
I
monster.
mean, he probably needed the Monster, not you.
In fairness, I had no frame of reference, so I kind of just thought that this is what he was like. And I'm gonna be honest, it's not like that different from his normal whole demeanor, but yeah.
Well, careful
Well,
now,
Ra-
you're gonna make me start drinking caffeine again.
Rachel Bellow says, I love you, Bex.
I love you too, Rachel. She is the vampire queen. She just did a music video with King Cherry, and it was sick.
Sweet.
Sick.
Yes, I can't wait to see it.
I got to be in the room. That was cool.
Well, I was gonna say somebody else did a music video with King Cherry.
They did?
I thought, didn't you do it? Weren't you?
That's what I'm talking about.
Okay. At least I was in the room. But,
I was hoping they were going to come premiere it here, but I guess no luck on that one. But that's okay.
I mean, maybe that can be one of our songs for the interview.
There you go. Yeah.
We have Mr. Jack Castagna that says,
Weird.
does
name.
Jack
I love
Black know that you're doing this?
Yes.
You know what?
Well, according to one of our good friends, Carrie, whose niece is his publicist,
That's right.
he is aware that we exist.
That's right. Jack Black's
It's a
publicist's
pretty big
uncle he knows about us. So, hello, obviously.
I mean, that's
Fingers
about
crossed.
as close to a
But
primary
you know
source
what?
as you can possibly get.
JB, if you're listening right now,
We
challenge you to a rock off.
Give us one chance to rock your socks off.
Yeah.
Are we allowed to curse? I don't know.
I already checked.
Yeah, we're good
Okay.
to say bad.
Maybe I should come see you and you teach me how to sing.
Hey,
Yeah.
anytime.
That'll scare the hell out of some people. You'll figure out how to put a lav mic in the mask. So okay, after Caleb was Cree.
I got a text at like 10 p.m. on like a Monday night being like, hey, do you want to play at a hardcore burlesque show this weekend from him?
That could have been the exact
We weren't
phrase.
even really friends.
No,
They're just
we had gone out to
acquaintances.
sushi one time because there's like a rotating sushi bar.
It was a really powerful
And it was one
sushi
of those things where we were
experience.
just sitting there because I had kept bothering him. I was like, hey, let's get food. Hey, let's get food. And then he finally accepted my offer. And you paid. Thank you.
Okay,
What a
I guess I did.
I remember. No.
Cool. I think
But-
you remembered the text exactly.
I
think that's
screenshotted
exactly what I
it.
said.
Because I remember you asked what instrument.
Oh, yeah. Because then my next
Oh,
question,
yeah.
where I was like, yes.
Yeah.
And he was like, okay, well. And I'm like, please tell me it's bass.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, yeah. And I was like, yes. And like all caps. I was like, hell yeah. And then I think you asked if I knew how to play Cherry Bomb. And I was like, nope, but I'll do it. Because I would love it. I was so
Is there
excited.
another one of your famous I've only ever heard this song in Guitar Hero?
No, that
Oh,
one I did know.
Lord.
From, I think, some movie. I don't
He
know.
doesn't know anything that's mainstream.
No, apparently.
If it has more than like 1,300 monthly listeners on Spotify, Cree has never heard of it in her life.
Okay.
I like Charlie XCX.
Well, welcome to my world.
Cool.
Yeah, and by the way, shout out to Dylan at the Blues with Immortalized Productions. Because he's the one who was like, hey, I really like you guys, but get a bass player. We're
That's
like,
true.
okay.
That's me. We were guilted into it. Yeah.
That's me. So honored. Thank you guys.
Pretty much every time we added a player, it was like, man, you guys are so good, but like,
maybe
you'd be better if you could, you know.
I was the first one to say it because I was like, Roman, it's fine, but it's really lackluster with at least some drums. Like, we gotta expand.
Well, I mean, yeah. Mm-hmm.
You're welcome, Caleb.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you got me the gig for sure. I mean,
I'm still not sold on the.
I'm still auditioning for for the part. I mean, you know, it works out.
10 months later, you're still auditioning.
Hey,
right.
any minute now, I'm gonna get a call back, and I'm gonna be an official part of the band. But like,
you keep telling yourself
right now,
that.
I'm on like a temp status right now, probation period for sure.
It was your first interview process was hindered by a flawed interviewer.
Well, yeah,
So-
but you know, it's okay. We gotta just isolate it, and you know, it'll come back again. It'll
We'll
be
see.
better. Yeah.
We'll see.
And then the Dragon Warrior, like
Yeah.
2 days before the hardcore. Wait a minute, real quick, because I was in Vegas for a while, and I worked at Mandalay Bay, and I was there for Ian Kane's grand opening for 40 Deuce. So, explain to me what a hardcore burlesque show is.
Do you know what it is?
Cree grabs the mic. All right, I'm ready.
You should shout out.
I'm about to be like, and.
And
Talk about it. Do
Well,
you want
we should shout out the Painproof Punks.
Yeah, Painproof Punks.
Who put on the show. And, they put on a hell of a show. And they're always playing out. Probably weekly. I don't know. Like, they're always doing really cool stuff. Have you seen the Painproof Punk show?
No, I have not.
They're a local, kind of gore burlesque show.
Okay.
And it's really cool.
So, kind of Agents of Lust on steroids.
Yeah, probably.
I would argue that the phrasing in my mind, you know, what is a hardcore burlesque show? It's something that you invite someone that you barely know to perform from work in a band of yours that sings songs about
them
fucking
and their
people.
sensibilities,
How cool
the
are
better. Like, hey, how cool is she? We don't know.
Right.
How on board is she gonna be with this
I just
stuff? We don't know.
I didn't want her thinking that it was like burlesque for babies.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then
yeah,
being
yeah.
like, you know, shocked when she
Bubble
gets
blowing babies.
there. Yeah. Yep.
But
That's what the B is for, damn it.
Is bubble
That's
blowing
right.
Bubble blowing Becks.
baby Becks. That's accurate.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Do you want to
Nope.
Alright.
You know what? The bubble blowing babies is like a moniker that lives on. It's like there must always be one. You know what I mean? Like it's all good.
Do you know what though? If you want to talk about
Actually,
recent,
I feel like we were talking about the dragon.
yeah,
Ball.
you want okay, yeah.
Poor Andy.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
This is
sorry, Andy.
I mean, this is an average conversation for sure.
So I had actually known Bex from trying to start a previous project.
He's my OG bandmate. You
Yeah,
guys.
original,
Just
yeah.
FYI.
I remember the
Good job.
first practice we had, I heard her sing and I went home and told my wife, I was like, we just need to put something behind her so she can get up and do her thing. Yeah, I was totally blown away. But life got in the way. We kind of went different paths, and then kind of as my life came back around, I started reaching out to her, hey, what do you got going on, this and that, and she brought up this band, and so I'm glad she did.
He'd be perfect.
Yeah, I was nervous being older and all that other kind of stuff, but after the first practice, I went home and told my wife, I was like, oh, this can be the funnest thing I've ever done. And
You didn't even want to do it at first.
I did not want to do it.
Yeah.
I was kind of hesitant on doing it. I'm like, I'm so much older and this and blah, 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 and all that stuff. And then just the first practice, just how everybody jokes around, everybody's sense of humor, you know, and all that other kind of stuff, man. We have so much fun playing and stuff. It's just, but it was immediate. Like after that first practice, I told my wife, I was like, oh, this is probably going to be the funnest thing I've ever done in my life. Since,
Don't
yeah.
get stopped on it.
It's been great. I've
Schmooze.
loved every second.
See, that's why we love him.
Well, I'm believing the very first time I ever met you was at the Rooms,
Yeah.
and I was like, and I didn't even know any of this, anything that you
It
did
didn't exist.
existed, any of it, any of them.
I think Tenacious or T Bex kind of did, but we hadn't played out.
Wait, why were you there?
to support. Well, which one time are you talking about?
There was a couple of them.
I met you, and you might not have known who I was at the time, but I came to support Brian and Emily's band.
Right.
One time.
Is that a shout out?
You were there for a couple times.
Ankh Alien.
Oh, yeah. Yes, Ankh Alien.
And I remember the first time I saw you, I was just like, what the fuck?
Because
this is so
right.
cool. I immediately was like taking selfies with you. Sorry, I interrupted.
No, you're good. That's what it was. I didn't know, and it was just kind of, I was like, who's this? Who is this? What's, because I hadn't seen you around in music or anything. Obviously didn't know you taught music.
I didn't at that point.
Oh, you didn't even then?
Yeah.
Okay.
She did teach Chinese people how to speak English for a little bit.
That is true. Chinese
I'm not sure
kids.
that's what you were doing at the time.
No.
Let's play a game. What jobs hasn't Becca done?
Yeah. Yeah. Anything with organization or brains, haven't done it.
Yes.
Yeah, anything with a desk.
Anything with a desk.
I think you said the magic 4 letters earlier. ADHD. Squirrel what?
Yeah. But
Well, the photo shoot I was speaking of earlier, I had my wagon with my cooler in it. And then I was tired because it was a long day. And I was sitting on the cooler, and I'm like, I normally don't take the mask off once I put it on because it's, it's a thing. Professionally from previous engagements. So it's like the suit. Once you put it on, it's on for the day. It doesn't come off until you go home. You don't loosen the tie. You don't look like a bag of shit. So, but that's my mentality in it. And I took my mask off because it was a little warm.
Yeah.
And we were there for 10 and a half hours, I think. And John Rowland was with me. He's the one that, yes, he was the one that got me to go. And some guy hollers from probably 50 feet or plus away, goes, "Hey, you look better with the mask than you do without it." And I went, "Yeah, that's what she said, but she's still 21 years younger than me." And he was like, "Okay."
Did you say that in the mask, or that was what?
With it off.
Was it off?
Yeah.
Whip it back down.
I just imagine everything you say in the mask is.
Yes.
Oh, man. You know what? The first time I met you, if I remember this correctly, I was there to support Ankh Alien, Emily, and I had never met Brian. That was my first time. And he mentioned, like, we're going to have a all-girls, fronted female band show coming up, FYI.
That was my idea.
Oh, was it? Well, I have to thank him and you. Because T-Bex had played one little show at the State Fair. That was it. That was our first time stepping out into public. And then I went to that show, and
Which was great.
It was great. It was great.
They dedicated a song to my recently deceased
Cat.
companion.
Yes.
Life
cat.
companion. I had her since I was a wee little lad.
Yeah, we changed the word to immigrant song to be about cats.
Okay.
Which,
nice.
Kind of an odd. I know. Wasn't the most.
Well, would
It's obviously the natural thing to do when someone's cat passes.
Do you still
away.
have
would the D not do that?
Yeah, sure.
I'm sure the D would. So why not the B?
Right.
Yeah.
Do you still have those lyrics anywhere?
In my head. Yes.
Like what, every day before you go to
Every
bed?
day. I recite it like the Lord's Prayer.
Wow.
I come from the something about the litter box, and my name is Socks. I don't know. I can't remember. Actually, I lied. I don't
That's
remember.
too bad because you really let us on to believe.
I really
But
did.
you know what? Your daughter, I think, has a recording of that.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, we're distracted. My point is that
Squirrel.
is that Ryan mentioned that, and then I was like, I'm gonna be brave, and I'm gonna mention this man, Brian, who I'd never met, that I am also in a band and a female, and so I was like, hey, I'm
In case you
Emily's
couldn't
friend.
put 2 and 2 together.
Yeah, I was like, hey, I'm Emily's friend. I'm also in a band. And he's like, oh, would you like to be in the show? And I was like, I was like, you haven't heard me sing. He's like, I don't care. If you're a friend of Emily's, that's good enough for me. Like, I trust, like that she knows talent and whatnot. And I was like, thank you. And then it was history.
Yeah.
it was history after that.
Yeah.
Well, it was funny because Brian had messaged me and asked me to help promote a show on a particular date, and I don't promote. I don't get involved with. I don't take no very well.
Oh, fair enough.
So trying to get people to play and they say no.
Right. That's not good. Yeah, I get it.
Angry Yeti. And if I may, real quick.
Yeah, it's like,
It started feeding back because the mics are hot. Sorry about that. But I happened to be looking at one of my calendars. I don't even remember which one, and it said something along the lines of International Women's Day. So I said, "Hey, why not have an all-female band or all-female fronted band or combination thereof for that show?" And he's like, "Brilliant idea!" And all the bands that I contacted, no. I'm like, okay, whatever. I won't do this again.
I have you to thank, so thank you.
No,
Thank
absolutely.
you.
I think it was a really, really good opportunity.
Yeah, it was.
Because I think sometimes certain artists get overlooked, and it's just a way for everybody to be able to shine better.
Right. I think everybody should help everyone shine. Like,
That was also to this day, and I want to say every time you guys perform as T-Backs is amazing. I think that performance was still your best.
Yeah, I mean,
Creepsville.
Our second show getting to be at Creepsville, aka the Rooms.
Were you really?
Yeah.
Oh, you were? That's right. And sorry if you didn't hear it. He said he was at that show. And thank you to everyone at Creepsville who allowed that to happen. Because, I mean, what an honor to my second show ever playing out ever. I've never been in a band that was my goal in the years prior. I was like, I'm gonna try to do music. And so my second time playing out got to be at Creepsville, like the coolest fucking place in Arizona. It's so sick. And like my room or my bandmate's other bandmate walked in and he goes, "Whose dick do I have to suck to play here?"
Right?
Yeah. I was like, dude.
I walked in and literally went, "What the fuck?"
Well,
oh my God.
Yes.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
And then somebody else why we're not speaking anymore, I don't know. Okay. I didn't say or do anything that I know of, but whatever. Walked in. The guys were playing.
Okay.
And went, "Why are they on this stage? Why are they not on bigger stages?"
Oh.
And I'm like, that's a really good fucking question.
Who's band?
Show Me God.
Yeah.
It's their room. It bleeds them.
Yes.
That room. It's just, it's
But I
all.
think that's why
It's
they're
so
out there playing.
yeah,
on
it's
that stage.
awesome.
But I think
Yeah.
it's funny that you were shocked when you came in because I think I'm pretty sure the first time Bex ever went to Creepsville, she met you.
Yes, that's what you just said.
I know, but it was a night she was like, "Oh, like Roman, you gotta come to this thing with me." I'm like, I'm
I had to
tired."
force him to come. I was like,
No, I
listen.
didn't come.
No. You were in Washington the first time I came. You weren't there. You weren't in town.
Oh, okay.
But for my show, I had to force you to
I
come.
don't know.
I was like, if you don't get here, I'll never speak to you again. Like, this place is so fucking sick.
I was going to
Get
come
here
regardless.
Now. I didn't know that because you're like, I don't know.
The point is, the first time she went in, she was like, "Roman, like, you're not gonna believe this place, and there's a Yeti here."
Yeah.
And it's like, what are you?
like-
What are you even
I was like,
describing to me right now?
You'll understand when you get here. Just get here.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, man.
yeah. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Sorry. Yeah, I don't know where we came from there. Oh, how
No,
we met.
we're fine.
There we go.
Yeah,
Well,
definitely.
I mean, just that.
And how it kickstarted everything.
Literally. Because I had been doing the costume for a while. And just at Halloween. I've been in Fremont, California, because the guy that got me started doing the radio portion of all this goes home every Halloween, and they do a 3 front yard. His mom's house is at the T intersection. So it's the front of her house and then the front of the next two houses, one on either side. And it is a display that is Disney Haunted Mansion worthy.
Oh, cool.
And he's like, yeah, we get a couple of hundred people that stop by every year.
Wow.
We went. I said, couple hundred my ass.
Oh.
I said, I solidly took pictures for 3.5 hours with people.
Wow.
There had to have been at least
Yeah.
400 or 500 people
Yeah.
that came by. And
Were you in your Yeti costume for
yes.
that? Awesome.
Yes, I was. I now have a new sound effects button that's handheld, and I don't have to figure out how to do it on my own or have somebody with me doing it. So it's a lot better. It's a lot more fun for me.
Yeah.
Finally, somebody made something, and I didn't have to try and create it myself.
Yeah.
I'm a little talented, but I'm not the best in the world. So it was kind of wonky. Now I have something that's very professional and works really, really well. And yeah, that's a story for later.
Awesome.
Also, Yeti, anytime you're at one of our shows, come on stage. FYI.
Oh, absolutely.
You match the
Wait,
vibe.
is that
Yeah,
what,
just
I
come
mean,
on up and just do whatever you want. Just be there. That's a cool vibe.
Thank you.
I didn't want to bring it up whatever, but I was, if that's what you guys were talking about before, is like you're not sure if you're like welcome on the stage or something, or like.
Oh no! It's
something
I
else.
try to kind of. It's hard. I don't want him to wear out. Is in people's minds. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Well, that's what I'm saying. If you're already there,
oh yeah, absolutely.
please come up.
Yeah.
Definitely, but it's just like it's crazy. Some of the people that we've gotten to meet with some of the shows that we've done, that just absolutely love the concept and the idea, but then the ones that got to meet me with the Warrior Princess, I'm not even there, which is fine. I love it. She's absolutely Bill Manspeak. And then his name slips my mind. The singer and bassist for Venom Inc. Absolutely loved the Warrior Princess, as they should, because she's amazing. She gets into it, and for somebody at her age to be able to do what she's done, it's been phenomenal.
And what a great dad you are. Like,
Well, I try. I'm not perfect, but we try to get it there. But anyway, back to you guys.
Warrior Princess? Okay.
Yeah, many times. Roman's so sad he hasn't. Well, that's cool. You might have.
I don't think I've really met the Yeti.
Yeah.
Really?
You know, like yeah.
But he's your father.
Well, estranged, but yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, and it's funny. I was in costume at Halloween, and I ran into somebody, and they were like, "Oh, cool, Yeti, yeah, take pictures." I took the mask off, and they were like, "No way!" And I'm like, "You didn't put two and two together?"
You're never in the same room at the same time.
Apparently not. I'm Superman.
Yeah, very
Clark Kent.
Montana. Yeah.
Right.
That's exactly what I was thinking, Cree.
But you're in the new King Cherry video.
I'm just an extra. Yeah, I'm in the background somewhere.
Okay.
But then they looked amazing.
Well,
bunch of hotties.
She did say, "Well, premiere it there," and I'm like, which I don't know. That's up to you guys.
Premiere what? Oh,
the video, but I can't find the link.
Rachel?
Yeah.
Oh,
Is it out?
I don't know. Rachel, is it out?
I've been at work all day.
And Scott says, "Love you."
I love you too, Scott.
Love you, Scott.
Love your new song, man.
Matt Taylor.
Matthew, Matt. By the way,
kind of part of the band.
He's a little bit part. He's an honorary member because last show I brought him up for the medal and he helped me scream into the mic. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how much we should just be rattling on about everything, but like one other funny staple I think of Tenacious B is it feels like every show, like every next show, it's like, is this the one that we're gonna get like shot at for like being
like,
not.
I
It's
feel
like the heaviest metal
asked to
scene,
leave at
and
the-
like
at
we're
the
walking
best.
in with like makeup on, and like
we're doing.
costumes,
Hey, you
balloons.
motherfuckers, ready for some bits?
Yes.
Hey, do you guys like chicanery? Because we're about to get into some real chicanery.
And then fucking Buried, shout out to Buried. They were so supportive of our
they were
set.
awesome.
Roman broke 2 strings. It was a hot mess.
So I wasn't sure if we were going to talk about that, but yeah.
Well,
Mhm.
I guess we are. But I just have to
Yeah.
say, Barry, thank you so much for being so welcoming, to us clowns. I shouldn't say us, but I feel like a clown, personally. I mean, I am the one with the silly string and the mustaches. So, thank you.
But it's a fun show.
It's a fun show.
Not everybody's into fun shows. So.
I was thinking about bringing that up earlier when you were talking about that, how it's like we're just like it's a party. You know,
It's a party band.
Because
It's very.
My solo. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, Angus Johnson. Is that the name of a song, an album, or a band? Works for all three. Well, it's the name of a band. But here's an idea. If Tenacious B wants to do an original,
Okay.
do a Tenacious B Blackjack song,
Okay.
or a Tenacious B about
About
Jack Black.
Okay. Okay.
Or about Tenacious D.
Right.
Or-
Sure.
You see where I'm going with it. I don't. I'm obviously not the creative one, but
Oh, okay. So yeah. Right.
Pray to Jack.
Can you hear me? I'm
So alone. Asking for your guidance, won't you come down from your throne?
Yeah.
Totally original.
Yeah. I don't know.
well, Jack Castagna says. I hope I'm saying it right,
Gotta
Jack.
love it.
Gotta love it.
Ask Roman and Becca about their gig this weekend. Special gig.
Oh, for Christ.
Yeah. You know, Tenacious BC's playing this weekend. Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
You guys
Sure.
might not know
And,
about
yeah,
it.
in San Diego. It's our first California gig.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys, you didn't make a cut.
You know, it's a competitive roster. I
That's-
understand.
It's
So-
the acoustic version.
Yeah, exactly. So Roman it is very shocking to know, but he has a grandfather.
I do. I have one grandparent that is currently
Turning?
alive.
Grandpa Yeti.
Turning.
Yeah, Grandpa Yeti.
Grandpa. Yeah. Turning.
95?
Is that right?
Jack, is it 95 or 96? But I was told 95.
God damn. Well, cool.
Oh, good for
And
him.
we are doing, we're playing some live music for Grandpa this weekend in San Diego.
That's right.
Yeah. But he
Great
probably doesn't
Grandpa.
want any Tenacious B covers.
He might get them anyways. We'll see. We'll see. Yeah. We got a bunch of old farts out there.
Change the tribute song into a grandpa song. There you go.
Yeah, a long time ago,
Me and my
Yeah,
grandpa.
my grandpa. Woo!
Yep.
Where's the train horn for the train wreck?
Yeah. No, you know, he's exactly. He's like, what the hell? What the hell? It's like, Grandpa, what'd you like?
just like that,
I don't. What the hell do you think you're doing? You know?
What are you guys doing? He's a strong Italian man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
What
likes
are
it.
you doing? What are you
Anytime I
talking
ever say
about?
anything nice to him, he goes, "Stop stroking me. Stop stroke." Like,
Right?
Grandpa, I'm just saying you look, good today, or you raised your son well. Stop stroking me.
Well, you should see the looks that I get at my age dressing up in a costume.
Never change.
No.
Never change. Never change the costume.
One of my favorite moments, I was shopping for my cloak, and I was going around. As one does. And my wife wanted to grab some lunch in downtown Mesa, so we went to Oro Brewing. Shout out to Oro. And the bartender comes up to me and goes, "Hey, what are you doing?" I was like, "Well, I'm cloak shopping today." And he was like, "What?" And I was like, "Well, I'm in a Tenacious D tribute band." He's like, "Oh my God," he was so excited, but. Yeah, that sentence of, I'm out cloak shopping. It's Saturday.
Cloak shopping
It's the best day to shop for cloaks.
Yeah.
Yeah. My wife just she gets so much joy out of watching me dress up and all that kind of stuff. Cause, Well,
Is that what you guys are
it's
calling
humor
that?
joy. Yeah, it's humor joy. She's just like, oh, you're 50 and you're putting on your cloak and wearing all your stuff. And
Right.
I was like, yeah, having a good time though, man.
I do.
Yeah.
I do still think if there's if we ever have like a summer bash, Tenacious B, got to get like a nice Hawaiian shirt over the Dragon Warrior robe. You know, like the more we can put over the Dragon Warrior robes, I think it really works.
The
It's
bowler
like-
cap is
The bowler cap is really good.
Head over to Dixon and get some of the bamboos that they've got.
bamboos.
It's a Hawaiian style. It's just they call it.
Hawaiian style bamboo.
No, it's just what Dixon calls their shirts that are Hawaiian style. The short sleeve.
Cool.
Nice.
I'm actually currently wearing a Hawaiian short sleeve shirt underneath my pink shirt. Sort of. It's not really Hawaiian,
I
but
told him, please don't wear that.
that's why I got these spines going down my belly.
We eventually we're gonna get our shit together, right, guys? And we're gonna make some reels. But one of my favorite ideas, and I think this was you, Caleb. You said you want to make a video of the Dragon Warrior, or maybe it was Dragon Warrior, just shopping. Just in the grocery store and his cloak, like no, just getting milk and eggs. That's just it.
I think mundane Dragon Warrior is a really good
It's
for,
my
like,
favorite.
yeah, like Dragon Warrior files his taxes. You know what I mean? Like he has 4 dependents that are all adults.
Well, Dragon Warrior. That was the premise behind the Warrior Princess. Once that got decided on because of the costume, was we had just finished watching Game of Thrones, and they had the giant wolves and all the snow people and all the other giant creatures and whatnot. And I'm like, this is very kind of sort of that esque type thing, and like kind of fits in there. And yeah, that's how we ran with it, and it's been really awesome, and got to meet some really cool people doing all this, and yeah,
That's amazing.
it keeps getting better. You guys are number 72.
Hey, the 72nd interview.
Let's
He's
go.
a little slow tonight.
No, I thought you were saying out of everybody I've had here.
You guys?
No, you don't rank 72nd. No,
That's not.
We'll take it.
I don't rank them. That's not for me.
Out loud.
But if you did,
But if you
we'd
did.
be 72.
Hey, I don't have a problem with that. Somebody,
72nd favorite. Yeah.
Billboard
I'll
Top
take it.
100. We made
We're
72
gonna make
double D.
stickers that said Yeti thinks we were 72.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Cool.
Great.
So, where's your favorite place to play locally?
Oh.
You can't just pick one.
I don't know.
Well, you got to have a favorite.
But I do. Okay.
You can like more than one, but
Let's
you got to
all
have a
say.
favorite.
I was just
At
gonna
the
say,
same time?
yeah, all of
1,
us.
2, 3.
Yeah. I
The
was just gonna
moon.
say, like, I think we kind of talk about the blues like it's like our home
It is
turf.
our home.
Yeah.
The blues
Like
is
it's
our
the
home.
first show. I think aside from Cree, it was the first show we all played as this
Together.
band at, like the first venue. I really like.
Adams, please.
I like Sage and Sand because it's 5 minutes from my house.
Yeah.
That's very cool.
Sage and Sandy.
And it's so cool.
But you know what? I gotta say the 44, extremely sick because that's the only stage I've ever been on with room to whip.
Yeah.
And I'm
Oh
really,
yeah, man.
He
You know.
literally does have a whip. If you watch during tribute, he's an excellent bull whipper
oh, thank you.
And
I
he
try.
goes,
I try.
on his drum set.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Nice.
You're welcome.
Yeah, say it's fucking sick.
Whoa, it's fucking sick.
I just want to make sure they got that. Yeah. What's your fave?
I feel like my fave was Yucca Tap Room, but I used to go there.
You know
I went
what?
to
That's
I went to
funny.
ASU, so I went to Yucca Tap Room on occasion.
Yeah. Did you see a lot of burlesque there
No.
when you went there?
Unfortunately.
of Tenacious B cover
No.
bands?
I was mostly really, really drunk, so really fucking shit faced when I went. But yeah, so I like them, and I also really liked the biker Club one?
Yes, we got
That
to play
was
there
sick.
once.
Yeah,
Yes,
that was so
Metalhead.
wild.
Metalhead?
I like that
Metalhead.
too.
Their home base.
It was cool.
These are kind of.
Best show we've ever played.
Well,
Yeah, we were
yeah,
pretty off that night.
I think one
they
of our
forgave us.
amps stopped working in the middle of.
Tempe or PV?
Tempe.
Tempe. Okay. I've been to both. That's why I was asking. So.
It was
One
cool.
of my
I
favorite
loved
bands
it.
I've
Yeah,
ever
it's not-
played with,
it's a great
Tigers
place.
on Opium out of Portland played that show. They were
That was
killer.
sick.
Yeah, if you have a chance, those guys are
Wait a minute.
absolute.
I think I've seen them.
Yeah,
I got
they're
a
good.
T-shirt.
That was a fun show.
Yeah, that was
And we can't forget Tap Room 120.
Yeah.
Which we've done
Fucking
quite a few
love.
there. And also, We Love You. We're going to be doing their benefits show coming up. So,
59 miles. 59 miles.
59 miles.
Hey,
Damn.
Hey, I live over here too. I've been surprised.
Yeah, it is Andy's Sage and Sand.
west.
I always say.
Less than
I get it.
Yeah, Andy's right there. That's in his neck of the woods. Yeah.
We go to the Dragon Warriors. After party. Yeah, after party. After that. After
Yeah, that's
that.
right.
There's pizza.
That's right.
Usually
Yep.
it's very big. It's Papa John's.
Yeah,
Papa
It's
John's.
really good.
it gets wild
Yeah,
for sure.
man.
There's no party like a Dragon Warrior party for sure.
Becca, do you wanna pick a favorite?
Oh well, we kind of. I think I chimed in on every single one.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. I think they all have different things that are awesome about it. Like Tap Room 120 is maybe like the most between that and Lucy's like the most fun place to be to watch bands. I think like there's like a freaking arcade there. There's like there's like board games and just like it's just a fun setting.
I appreciate who they are and what they are because I took my little two girls at my last show there. It was last weekend, and I knew I wouldn't have been able to do that if it had been anywhere else.
Right.
But they have couches,
Right.
and it was a late show, and I was like, if they get tired, plop down on a couch, and that's what they did. Thank you, Tap Room 120, for having couches. And be an all ages bar, so my kids could hang out with me.
Right.
I think. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say I mean all ages. That's where we did our infamous earmuffs bit with my little sister. We were singing our song about sucking and fucking, and I didn't want her to hear it.
His little sister came to the show.
We put on some earmuffs for her. She still heard every single word, but I got to live in peace, thinking maybe she didn't hear some of it. Yeah, I did my
Got to
best.
pretend for a little
My
bit.
due diligence.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I will have to say that my 4-year-old son is a 4-year-old and is living his grandmother's curse because my mother did tell me that when you grow up, I hope you have a son and I hope he acts just like you did.
That's what my mom always said.
It took me 27 years to get him, and he is acting just like his father. I don't know how I'm still alive.
Hey, man.
Either the
Just
first
get
time
close.
or this time. But he was brought home one time and he said something, and they were at church. And
oh my god.
and I get it. And it's my job to teach my children. It's all of our jobs. Once you have children, it's your job to teach them. Okay? I'm not going to change who I am. I do need to teach him not to, when and where things are appropriate and aren't appropriate. Because the simple fact of the matter with children is, once they turn 18 and decide to go out on their own, they're going to go live their life their way. No matter how you raise them. And the stricter you are on them, I think more times than not, the outcome is worse.
Look at me.
The percentages may be close, but I still say more times than not. That it's worse because you restricted them, and now the wings are open.
Then all of a sudden you find your kid on stage with their ass out, her band name written on her butt, wearing devil horns.
I will say Becca has made this point before, but it is very funny that like our whole branding is that Roman is the black sheep when he has
Maybe if my parents weren't so hard on me.
yeah. Roman has the loveliest, most wonderful parents in the universe.
That's how
shout out Jack and Maggie.
Jack and Maggie,
Love you both.
they let us
Thank you.
Gotta love
at
it.
home and make so much noise.
They put on a mask.
Yeah, they accommodate all of my weird food
They
allergies.
at the end of every practice, they take every uneaten pizza roll and they throw them at me one by one behind the house.
Angus Johnson is asking if you're playing live before he leaves on the 15th.
Yes, we are. Right before that, we're playing on. What's the Thursday? Is it the 13th? The 13th. We're playing on 13th? No.
Oh.
At the Blues Bar.
Hell yeah.
Love you.
Adam Spleen's Immortalized Productions. We're going to be headlining, and then
Whoa, that's crazy.
it's been rumored that Moonlight and the Moondogs will cool us off afterwards.
So,
Is that
well,
right?
he said are yuns. So I have to ask, are you from Pennsylvania, Mr. Angus?
I'm honestly, is he messaging you like what?
It's in the YouTube chat.
I'm honestly shocked that he is able to do that. God bless you, Angus. Well done. Yeah.
I have some friends that are from Pennsylvania, and that's a word that comes out of Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
I think if you met Angus without even hearing him talk, you would know that he is
He's
from
Pennsylvania.
Yeah. So real.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, we never did get Dragon Warrior's favorite venue. I would love.
Oh.
Yeah, no. Sage with the apocalyptic fire pits is always
Yes.
like
Sage.
looking out over
Yes.
the Mad Max scene of the
It
fire
is.
pits was kind of cool.
Lucy's Sage and Stan.
And then 44 that's an incredible stage.
Yeah, that was sick.
The smoke machines.
Yeah, and the lights.
The
Yeah,
lights.
and the
The
sound.
sound.
The sound.
Come
was
on.
sound was
yeah.
maybe the best sound.
Glad
Yeah,
I wear
yeah,
my.
and
But we got
We-
a shout out though to Paige at
Paige,
Blues.
I was just gonna
wanna
say
say that.
Paige. I was just gonna say
Because
Paige. Yeah, shout out to Paige at the
does
Blues.
magic with my
Yeah.
voice that nobody else does.
Yeah,
and
we
I
love.
love her.
If you ever
for
have a
it. Thank
chance
you,
to play at the
Paige.
Blues,
Literally,
man.
I
Play
love you
Paige
so much.
Mills.
Yeah,
Literally
Paige
amazing.
is the
Thank
shit.
you.
hardest working woman.
She always.
Hardest
Yeah.
working woman.
She is always just busting her ass
Yeah.
to make us
Well,
sound
did
good.
you see what she did for her birthday?
Yes, for her birthday.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
She
It
ran
came
sound for
along-
16
Yeah, I know, we were
fucking
there.
bands.
We were there. Yeah.
16 fucking hours.
That's not my idea of a good time on my birthday, but
Yeah.
we love you, Paige.
Just
God
Yeah.
bless you.
Love you, Paige.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, on my birthday, I might have 16 of these.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, that's actually.
No.
I also like that Lucy Sage and Sand has the biggest drop off the stage.
Oh my God!
We have
Yes.
a lot of fun with
It's like 8 feet or something.
No, it's not.
I feel like
It's about 4 or 5, but it's up there.
Yeah, it's a tall one, and everything's tall to you. But I will say, I remember the first time we played at that venue. Roman got there before me, and he came out to meet me, and he's like, "Hey, we got to play it cool." But this is the coolest place we've ever played. And so he and I were on stage like talking to the sound tech and just going like, "Yeah, we do this shit all the time. It's all good, but hey,
But just like out of curiosity, how do you do it? What do we do
it?
here?
Right.
Yeah, Lucy's is awesome. In fact, my neighbor 2 houses down is friends with them, and and I'm trying to figure out a way to be able to go there way more often because.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, they had a DJ on a Saturday night, and I'm like,
On the big stage?
yeah. Well, just in general, and maybe they just didn't have access to any bands or no bands were trying to play. But I'm nothing against it. I love.
Yeah.
I have a spot in my heart for EDM. There are people that say they're not musicians. They all got degrees.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and when you've earned it, however you make your sounds is how you make your sounds.
Right.
That's bar none. It is what it is. It's just a different technique.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of hate on it, and I don't understand why. Because as diverse as I am musically, there's a spot for everything.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, I know a lot of people, when it comes to musical choices, wear blinders.
Yeah.
They're in their zone and they don't waver one bit. And it's disturbing to me.
Amen.
Yeah.
Because there's so much stuff out there, whether it's country, whether it's old country, new country, but all the way through EDM and even rap and hip hop or hick hop or whatever they're calling it these days.
Hick hop.
Nice.
I call it crap, country rap, but
Nice.
My dad would say something similar.
and that's all in fun. I'm never ever on here or anywhere else poking at somebody for ill manner. So anything I ever say and do is always in fun. So don't anybody ever get offended at me.
I am not offended.
I guess I misread the type. They'll be coming here to premiere it.
There we go. That makes
Beautiful.
so much more sense. I was like, I don't have access.
Amazing.
So she sent a message on the.
Hey, there's
But-
King Cherry right there. Look at that.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
They all signed the symbol.
Cute.
Caleb, why did you bring a symbol?
We have enough crappy
This is
symbols.
why you're not
in the
gonna
garage.
be officially.
Yeah, it's why I'm still on a probationary status. Honestly, I might have been an official
of the
member of the
reason.
band if I had brought a symbol.
That was actually the test. You failed. It's all right. You know?
I'm just so glad there's not a test for me because you were looking like, why are you touching your crotch a second ago? I just realized that I am unzipped and
then-
have
and-
been for
and that-
the entirety.
But you have a metal skull in front of your crotch. So
Oh, and now I'm making it worse by announcing it and telling. Oh, and now everybody thinks that I'm a big boy now.
Yeah.
I can't hear what she was
No,
saying.
nothing. Anyway.
Well, you do bring new meaning to the phrase "giving head."
Yeah.
But
It's giving.
it's giving, it's serving, love, love.
But like zip it up.
Right. Should I just do that?
And put your ear back on.
Honestly, your crotch piece is covering it, I think. Cock piece, sorry, not crotch piece. But
Oh, this is good.
this is good. This is good for YouTube. Just face the camera.
Hey,
No, I can't
Barrel
do
the
it.
camera as hard as you possibly can right now.
Flex.
As
Yeah,
close
flex.
to direct eye contact as you possibly
You know
can.
what? I realized while
And-
standing up, it was zipped up the whole time. Of course. You think I'm an idiot?
Matt Taylor growled at you. Grrr.
Hell yeah.
Cool last name.
Love you, Matt.
Although from him, it probably sounds more like.
Right.
Yeah, I can't.
That's why we hired him.
Yeah, that's why we get him on stage.
I think I need to have him come sit in on one of the mics one day and just do some growls for me. Have me add them to my sound
Nothing
effects.
would make him happier.
Yeah, that's a master growlsman for
Because
sure.
I'll growl at him with a sound effect.
You know what? And shout out actually Matthew Taylor. He spoils me every time
Oh
we
my
share a
God.
stage with him. He lets me use like his hardware and stuff, and it's like way nicer than anything we own. So it's it's pretty nice. Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Never mind. Yeah.
Well, I'll growl at him when I'm in costume, and
Oh.
he'll growl back.
That's awesome.
And because I don't have any control over mine, he growls deeper and longer and louder. So I got a new system, and it turns up really loud. So I think I might be able to get him this next time.
Sick.
I can hear him growling from here. Like I know
Right.
he's doing it right now.
Yeah.
So how long have you actually been doing music, Beck?
Me? Band wise, when did I audition? 2020?
Yeah,
20.
2020. Yeah.
But we didn't play it out.
Right.
No, but how long have you been doing? Not just band wise. When did you get your first start in music or your first
I've
instrument?
always been in love with singing since I was a wee little lass. I got my first solo in middle school. doing the holly and the berry when they are both full grown. Okay, never mind. Anyways, I went. My brother is an awesome artist. His name's Ryan, and he, as a teenager, did his own album, his whole own album. This was back in the day when technology was not great, and he just was on a little Mac computer, and he made his own album. And it's fantastic, by the way. And he let me like join in on a couple songs. And then in college, he wanted to start a band, and he's like, "Becky, do you want to sing for it?" And I was like, "Okay." And so technically that band still exists. It's Sunshine Brady and the Moonlight Lady.
Yeah.
And it was original folk music.
That's
Ish.
great.
Okay.
It's great, honestly. It's really good. It's on Spotify. They're on Spotify. Sunshine Brady and the Moonlight Lady. Howling at the Moon. Is that the name of the album?
No, End of Days.
End of Days.
Yes, is the name. But yeah, and then I moved away to Texas and had a bunch of babies, and I stopped doing music until somebody took me to a karaoke bar, and I was like, that was fun. Let's do that again. And then
that was like crack cocaine.
Yeah, it's like crack cocaine. And then my friend Alex Miller, shout out to Alex, sent me a little I'm gonna speed this up, but a little flyer for the Karaoke World Championships. And I was like, what the hell is that? And she's like, I don't know, but you should do it. So I auditioned, I made it to Vegas, and then I did that for a couple of years, which is how I met quite a few awesome people out there. And then I was like, but competitions wear on my soul because I'm a sensitive baby, and I couldn't take it anymore. And I was like, how about instead of having to go to Vegas to do music, I join a band. So enter me and Andy, and then that didn't really take off. And then the next formation didn't really take off, and then T-Bex happened, and then it took off. So, yeah.
Where were you before Texas?
Rexburg, Idaho.
Okay.
Going to college.
So, Idaho to Texas.
Where did you go to college, Becca?
Some college.
You're from Idaho?
No.
No, okay.
No, I was born in Utah, raised in Washington State above Spokane.
Okay.
And then lived in Oregon for a minute, and then back to Utah, and then went to college in Idaho. And Texas.
Then Texas. And then Vegas, and then here.
Not Vegas.
No?
I just traveled to Vegas to perform.
Okay.
Yeah.
She has a residency.
And then you said, screw Vegas, I'm just going to stop
Not screw Vegas. It's just like I can't leave my family that often to go
right.
do it.
Well, how many kids did you have?
I have 5 children.
Awesome.
Yes.
Age range?
7, 9, 11, 14, 15.
That's so funny.
I had 5 kids in 8 years.
He said age range. I thought you said I have 5 children. I thought he said any dreams? No, those died.
Brutal.
Those died.
Brutal.
Yeah.
Damn.
I'm kidding. I love you, kids. I love you.
Yeah.
So, Roma, when did you get started?
Me? Oh, Jesus. When did we start? No,
when did you start?
I did with America's Golden Boy, Caleb Space Cowboy Taylor, and Trev. We did Kinda Decent. Shout out Kinda Decent.
Shout out Kinda Decent.
Yeah. We were Kinda Decent covers.
I feel like Roman and I made very good creative partners because we both have just enough of that attitude of like, we'll fucking figure it out. You know?
Just get up and do it.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
It'll work itself out.
Like our former bandmate would get really nervous before, and we were like, nah, it'll be fine. Like, it's fine.
For a second, I thought you were talking about how, because even so part of the reason that didn't work out is because we had somebody who came in who didn't have Caleb and Trevor at the times like go with the flow kind of attitude.
Yeah,
and
they didn't have
I'm kind of I don't know if I'm a dick, but like
no, sir. In the world of Yetis, you're only a prick.
See, there you go.
You know why?
Yeah,
do you know why?
Why is that?
Because you're not big enough to be a dick.
Oh, there you go. You couldn't see anything.
It was it wiping the floor.
But
that is a Yeti original.
I think I think it's good that I feel like you guys. I feel like I'm lucky that in this band everybody is like really like complacent and really. No, but we do have like a camaraderie, and we do have like I don't know. Like, I feel like most of the time, Becca and I kind of.
We never fight.
Yeah.
So, no, we all the time have to, joke that mom and dad are about to get divorced. And
Joke.
We are very hot-headed people. No, with no one else except for each other.
You look like.
Go ahead.
Whenever you two argue, Caleb and I will send a very specific photo back and forth to each other.
Oh, what? A very
Of
submissive.
us fighting?
No,
just
like
one of the
it's like this side. It's like
Oh, that's funny.
when it starts to get personal is when it really
That's when it gets fun.
It was real quick, back and forth, back and forth.
Yeah.
Like I think our last 11 texts to each other are just that picture.
Proof. I want to see these photos. That's
So,
amazing.
When did you actually get started
Right.
in music?
So, shoot. I don't know really how to answer that question. I would say that, okay, my mommy and daddy really loved each other, and they had a baby that they instantly regretted because my mother had to have a C-section, and then I was a terrible kid, and then they put me in piano lessons, and I was kind of into it.
He was too much of a jerk to be in sports.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was. I really.
Yeah.
I
He was a
could
problem
definitely
child.
see that being the issue, but I was in piano for a little bit, and then I stopped lessons. I picked up a guitar, and I'm like, okay, this is cool. And I was like, ooh, but I should probably know more about piano. And then I got into kind of teaching because I'm like, they asked me at the place I want to teach guitar. Like, do you know how to play piano? Or I'm like, yeah, I can play it. And I'm like, okay, here's 20 piano lessons. So started teaching a bunch of piano.
Yeah.
That's where I met Bex. Being clowns.
I was not working there at the time. I was face painting.
Yeah, she was a clown.
Not
Yeah.
actually
Awesome.
a clown.
And then she had me play with her.
Yeah, I needed somebody to be backup for a show. That I got third place at the competition in town at Pacino's. We love you, Pacino's.
Yeah.
As a prize for that, I got to play at with G-Man at I forget the name of the place. But anyways, I got
What do
you
you mean
to
the
play with me.
The name of the place? You forgot? That wasn't
Where we
Pacino's?
played.
No, it wasn't.
No, it wasn't Pacino's. It was the other one. But anyways,
It was a cool place.
A really cool place. But anyways, he played with me.
I
so-
did.
And he
I
had,
did.
But kind of decent was before that.
Kind of decent was before that. We did have one gig.
We had exactly
Yes.
one.
Yes.
It went
Boy,
okay.
Boy, was it something.
Boy, was it! It was.
Oh, it was great.
It was all right.
Yeah, we did good.
We're not gonna
we
do
did
the
at least
bit. We're
kind
not
of-
gonna do the bit where we say the band name and go like, oh, it was like it's played out at this point.
I don't know. You guys
We're never gonna. What do you mean? We're never gonna be kind of decent. I don't know.
But it was something. Yeah.
It was kind of decent.
Yeah. There you go.
Well, Caleb, how long you been doing music?
So yeah, I mean, so I started when I was a little kid. I initially wanted to play guitar, but I couldn't teach myself how to play it at all. Like I just couldn't figure it out. So I was like, hey, fuck this. You can kind of teach yourself how to play drums though. And so that's what I got really into. And now as an adult, I kind of wish I had used like those elastic years of my brain to have an interest in literally anything else. But I just only wanted to play drums. That was it. But I started when I was like 10 years old. So 15, 16 years now. Yeah, it's been like 5 years. Yeah. But yeah, and then
And you're
I
good
only
enough to
really-
be a teacher, so well, that says something.
I only really started playing anything else. Like Roman made me start playing guitar. Becca made me
good
start.
at it.
Becca made me start singing stuff.
Yep.
It's
Yeah,
it's.
He's decent at that now too.
He's a triple threat now.
I appreciate it, but yeah. So
Well,
Andy got him to start dancing.
Andy got me to start interpretive dancing. Yeah.
Interpretive dancing. That sounds
Creed
dangerous.
got him hooked on smokes.
Yeah, hell yeah.
What about you, Cree?
Well, I started officially music at around 5 or 6. I wanted to be a rock star, and I really wanted to play guitar. And my parents were like, "Well, you can play guitar if you learn piano," and I had a shit fit.
Yeah, man.
So it took me a couple days to come around, apparently. And then I was like, "Okay, fine, I'll play piano." And they're like, "Great, now you need to learn how to read a book." And that was another shit fit I had. At that point, I was like 5 or 6.
Oh, okay.
But yeah. So then from there, I just wanted to play everything. I think that was the main thing. My parents took me to like this thing called Honk Squeak Scratch Boom, and you got to try like all of the instruments and just like a singular night. I really wanted to play trombone. It was a no from my mom. But yeah, I think growing up, I really wanted to just try guitar. I have an uncle who's just an amazing guitarist. But he lived in Denver and I am from Minnesota. So we would Skype call each other. So I would learn like all my chords, my bar chords and stuff from him. But then I saw Scott Pilgrim versus the World at like 12. And I was like, I need to play the bass. So I went to a pawn shop and I bought my first bass. It was like $100 and something bucks. And it was a left-handed bass. And I got home and just cried. But then my uncle was like, why are you crying? Just fucking flip the bridge on that shit and call it a day. And I was like, oh my God, you're so smart. So, yeah. And then from there, it's just kind of like I kept going. And then I took an 8-year hiatus. I went to school actually for biology. So I have a BS in bio.
Shout out
Cool.
Surprise. Surprise, I have a degree.
I do too.
Yeah. But yeah, so I like swore it off because I'm like, I'm going to be a doctor. And then I had a mental breakdown and then I had another one and I was like, okay, well, the last time I had my like full force meltdown, that was when it was floated to me like, hey, what if you went and played music again? And so that's how I came back to it basically. So I, basically phone called the school. And I was like, hey, I want a job kind of deal. And yeah, so then they hired
and you
me.
had
And
sushi with a weirdo.
Yeah.
And got a
Yeah.
text that you'll never forget.
It really was. I screenshotted it. I think it's somewhere in my archives.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, so that's my story on it.
Sweet. Dragon Warrior?
I want to know
Yeah,
this
so I
story.
started music back in the 1900s.
Love.
Right?
They had liars.
Yeah, no, I grew up in a family that listened to a lot of music. My dad had thousands of albums and just a great record collection. So I grew up listening to like Chicago and Bread and Cream and all those other bands. And he had a big
They're all there.
collection, big band. He was a big Beach Boys fan, all that stuff. I kind of always wanted to be a guitar player. I got one of those Sears guitars that had the speaker in the guitar. I don't know if you guys ever remember those, but I had that, started working on that. And then we went to Farm Aid in 1985, and Joe Walsh was playing, and Willie Nelson was playing, and I just remember seeing Joe Walsh's set and saying, that's what I'm going to do, man. And then from there, in Nebraska, it's tough. You got to search to find people, but it's a pretty tight-knit group. Once you get into it, everybody knows everybody, and just kind of took off from there, and it's stayed with me ever since.
Joe Walsh, and you're wearing a Clutch t-shirt.
Yeah.
You're welcome anytime.
Yes.
Yay.
Yeah. That
The man.
started. My dad had a guy who we called Uncle Jim, who wasn't our uncle, but my dad had a pretty just easygoing music catalog, and his friend for Christmas brought me April Wine and Judas Priest, and in Nebraska, you only had 2 radio stations that were like pop music, right? There wasn't like a alternative station or anything like that. So, and there was no internet. So anytime someone introduced music to you that was non-mainstream, it was like life-changing, right? And so he would introduce me to these bands, and then I got a hold of a Sabbath album, and then from there I just stuck on stoner rock for life, Caius and everything that became out of the Black Sabbath thing, and from there. But yeah, no, that's kind of my history.
Nice.
He's an excellent guitarist.
Amazing.
Absolutely
Amazing.
insane. Yes. Really love you, Dragon Warrior.
I want to be like you when I
We're
grow
lucky
up.
to have you.
We needed a shredder for
We
sure.
needed a shredder, even though you're a splinter.
Yeah.
Master
He's a-
Shredder.
Master Shredder Splinter.
Yeah.
I know.
Roman, okay.
Is Master Shredder a character?
Yeah.
Yes.
No,
What's wrong?
Master Splinter Shredder is the character.
Is the character.
Okay, so why would you say yes?
You
I'm
should.
confused. Are you? Is this a bit that
You
you don't
do.
know?
You
I
should
don't-
probably
TMNT?
know these things.
I'm really lost.
All right, listen.
I think I'm going to tell you right now. Ready? Red, blue, purple, green,
Orange.
orange.
They are green, so green would be redundant.
Okay. But those
here's
ones
the
are-
deal.
And they're green.
All
It's
right,
in their song.
The 20% of
We're
us
green.
that haven't watched The Pick of Destiny,
Yeah, come
will,
on, man.
will watch that movie.
If I watch the
If
entire,
you watch every
TMNT.
TMNT like thing you can get your hands on, you know, the entire catalog.
Okay.
Are you joking though? Is this a bit?
I don't know. I don't know. I remember when I had some Netherlandish friends come into town. They showed me Samurai Pizza Cats, and that was
that's
kind
not
of
it.
similar.
I don't
I
think
think.
that's it. No.
Well, yeah.
Samurai Pizza Cat?
Yeah, that's yeah.
Why didn't we make that our band name?
Because it's taken.
Oh.
Samurai. It's they go pizza power.
Nice.
They don't do that, but that is a show though.
Definitely. heard of
Cats
that.
in samurai costumes. Pizza power.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, man. Dragon, did you talk about the band that you were sort of in with Bex? I mean,
Good.
Yeah,
Oh,
Have you
okay.
been just spacing out? Or?
I did for a second there.
Yeah, I noticed.
Well, you said something.
If anybody has a lot of ADHD, it's this guy more than anybody.
Well, okay.
Well, Angus said your parents had you rocking out on the piano
Okay.
when you were 5.
Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah. That sounds right. Yeah. Anything to shut me up.
Well,
Well, and it's funny
And it didn't
because
It's just I would just hit it.
Good work.
the guitar on the wall, the night that I won that,
Uh huh.
24 Thorns played. And I'm sitting there, I think it was the same night, but Dylan on drums, and he come off the drum kit and was just drenched, but he was just up there, arms were just slinging. And I'm like, I looked at him when he was coming off stage. I'm like, Dylan, I said, you have solved a life problem for me. He goes, really? And I'm like, yes, I now know what to do with my 4-year-old. He's like,
right.
what? And I'm like,
Just like
get him a drum kit.
you know what?
And he's
It's
like,
real. for
yes,
sure.
and I'll come teach him.
Yeah, man.
You know what's Roman has a bit that he likes to do where he'll play a song that is, you know, a little more technically challenging on the drums for like at the end of a show, kind of unprompted.
Yeah.
And make me play it, and
Yeah.
then he'll do like
As
a false
fast as
he'll do
possible.
a false ending like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
So I have to continue this like really, you know,
And
pretty
I'm looking at it,
intense
like,
like
don't-
drum solo,
Roman, don't
and I'm like,
fucking
I'm
do
not
it.
doing this. I think at the last time you did it, I literally said into the mic, I'm not fucking doing it, and we ended the song. Like yeah, dude, it's a wild bit, but
Yeah.
Well, let's see. I don't think nothing over here. All right. I don't have anything else, and I do want to thank you guys for coming and hanging out and doing this.
Thank you for having
you
us.
so
What a
much for having
trip
us.
This has been.
Having to adjust the time frames was a little rough, but we got it. And no, absolutely.
The time frames.
Well,
Normally
because
doesn't do it at night.
Oh.
Because of our jobs.
yeah,
That
because
goes-
you guys were working till 8
Oh,
or so.
you really
and-
accommodated us. That's
no,
awesome.
absolutely. I try to do the best that I can.
I mean,
You exceed.
for an interview that's been about 30% shout out Yeti Radio.
Yes.
Thank you.
I didn't get to probably about half the questions, but I think you might have answered most of them in everything else that was going on. So, other than that, it was an amazing interview. Thank you for coming and hanging out. It's a blast, and like I said, it's a party. It's a party show.
Yes, sir.
It's just having fun, and if it's somewhere that serves drinks, drink the fuck up,
Yeah.
because you'll have even more fun.
Yeah.
Roman's tab is always open. Just, you know,
Hey, put this one on Roman.
put this one on Roman's tab.
It seems to me that there are comedians that say, "Oh, that's a comics comic." I think we're a band's band. Like bands love us, man. You know, yeah.
That is such a good way to put
Right,
it.
and even though we play sometimes with people that don't necessarily, like our genre doesn't necessarily blend, they still know the movie, they still love and they still appreciate the effort that goes into the show. So I think,
Well, of course. And if you were a band that was on before you guys, or even after you guys, if they happen to have made any mistakes, ain't nobody gonna fucking remember it. You had everybody laughing and having a good time, and they're like, "What a great night that was! Everybody was awesome."
I hope so. That's truly our mission. That's what we're all about.
Yeah.
I did at our last show. I did a guitar solo on one string because I was missing the rest of them.
Yep.
And I just kind of bending it. I went to Dragon Warrior. I was like, "Hey man, you gotta fucking take this solo, man. I can't do this solo." He's like,
How do you
"Okay, I
do
got
a
it."
one-string solo?
When it finally comes out, I'm like, "Fuck it, we're gonna do this."
I can't do anything with 6 strings. You're doing it on one. Holy hell!
I think maybe I could put a quick plug in for we are playing in Vegas.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, true.
April 19th for Fake New World. Thank you for having us. We're super stoked.
Where at?
At the fire. No, it's not Fire Pit. It's the Fire.
Bird?
No, with Bonfire. Thank you. We're playing at the Bonfire.
At the bonfire.
Yes.
Okay.
And,
That's a new one on me. I'll have to hit my homie up. And
Yeah. And in fact, another band here in town, Chasing Poppies, is playing up there the night before.
There you go.
So
Same
anyway,
place?
it's gonna be a party. We're all
Okay.
gonna be up there having a great time.
oh, I don't think Vegas will ever be the same.
Vegas will be completely.
Vegas, you're on
It'll be changed
notice.
forever.
If you want to experience Vegas as it is now, go now.
Get out of there by
But-
April
but
18th.
Between
'cause it's
Chasing
different,
Poppies
bro.
and Tenacious B.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
right. Yeah.
I bounced at the beach.
You what?
I bounced at the beach as well when I lived in Vegas.
You bounced?
Bouncer.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you said you bounced at the beach. I was like, okay.
The beach nightclub.
I bounce at the beach
it's-
all the time,
for
bro.
the beach.
Nightclub.
We're all,
yes.
we are the beach. We
It was
bounce at the
across
beach,
from
yeah.
Las Vegas Convention Center. It's been closed for a really long time.
Wow.
But
That's
yeah,
cool.
it's Vegas has a lot of history, and there's a lot of fun things to do there. In fact, I think we're going there in May and try and make some connections and get some things rolling and see what kind of magic can be made to happen. So we're gonna see what happens. I don't know.
I know some peeps.
Yeah.
Outside of the karaoke competition, for a minute there, I performed at.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I was a drag
She was a
performer.
drag
Not
Okay.
really, but
Oh.
but I
Drag
did
princess.
perform at Queen Bar, and it was so much fun with Ada Vox. Another shout out, Ada Vox. She believes in
Nice.
me, and I love you for it.
Actually, maybe we can really quick shout out our other things that we're doing. Becca is also part of T-Bex and the Velocirockers.
Yes.
Alex and Jason and oh my gosh, Ray, not Dre.
And she also does Moonlight and the Moondogs.
Yep, and that's got Alex and Roman, and hopefully you guys eventually.
It's a rotating
Anybody
roster
can
of
be a
moondogs.
moondog. If anybody wants to be a moondog and join me on stage, you can
You know
be
what?
it.
Chime
Just
off
text
in the
me.
comments if you want to be a moondog.
Also, David, shout out to David as well, who does percussion. And I'm in Paper Cuts and Bruises with Rich and Dre and Carver, which is an originals band. And Roman, oh my gosh, what have you been up to?
I just got invited to be a member of Fuvana, America's only Foo Fighters and Nirvana cover band. Maybe it was Arizona's only.
My baby's gone off.
I know. And Cree is a member of her local church or something, right? Is that you do church choir? You want to shout that out? Okay, all
They're
right.
sweet. I love them. But I'm not really religious, but I just like singing. So that's kind of my. I just like being there. I just like helping.
That's cool.
How about you, Caleb?
It's a good thing.
Yeah.
You know,
You got other bands?
thing?
no.
Do you do?
I like that. I had to think about it, but no.
No. Let me check my calendar.
Andy, do you have something on? I think you were thinking about it.
Yeah, this is my primary band, but I'm trying to start up a project that I've had on and off again for a while. COVID interrupted it, and then health issues with one of the band members, family members, interrupted it as well. But it's a stoner rock band.
Called COVID did it?
Yeah. King Manta was our last name that we used. We're going to try and keep that name and stuff like that. But yeah.
What was that name again? I'm sorry.
King Manta.
King Manta?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So, but yeah, it'll be in the line of, Clutch and Earthless and bands like that and Wailing Guitar. So yeah, it'll be fun.
Awesome. So what else you got going on? You going to Vegas? What else?
Yeah, we have.
Got the Blues coming up on the 13th?
I mean, we have so many shows coming up because we're also doing a Metalheads Fest with Scott Rowe.
Right.
I just like a lot. We have another Lucy show coming
August
up.
2nd.
Yeah, I have to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Crazy. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
I made an oopsie in a couple weeks. All 4 of my bands play the same week.
Oops.
That sounds like me one week I've got coming up where there's like a couple of shows and a couple of interviews, and I'm like I got to do all that. Oh shit!
It's funny
Mrs. Yeti's gonna be pissed.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah.
Well, because they ask you, they're like, okay, well, is Paper Cuts and Bruises open? And you're like, yeah, of course. We haven't showed since a couple months ago. But you don't realize that you also booked your 3 other bands.
Right, exactly.
Oops.
That's a whoops.
In the moment, you're like, I'm just this one thing.
Paper Cuts one.
Like,
That
wait
was
a second.
Carver. Great job, Carver. It's a venue I've never been to.
Yeah, great job, Carver.
Thanks a lot, Carver.
Yeah.
The rest was my fault. Yes.
Are there any other projects that you're doing, Yeti, you want to talk about?
No, I'm just trying to figure out where we're going.
Hell yeah.
It's a couple of things coming up I'm not allowed to talk about yet, but
Fair enough.
we'll be
Fair enough.
we will be at Bike Week with
Bike Week.
Cool.
Shout out to all
Awesome.
the people's playing that we
oh
love.
Shout out to
yeah,
bikes.
it threw me off because there were 10 bands competing for 4 spots at Bike Week. 9 of the 10 bands are playing at Bike Week.
But I think they're doing different nights at different venues.
Yeah, different nights, different stages.
weird.
Yes,
At Bike
Okay.
Week.
Yeah.
Oh,
but it's
interesting.
all there.
Yeah.
It's
oh.
all
Same.
Oh, really?
at the Bike Week event.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah,
'Cause the handlebar stage is the handlebar stage, and then the rock yard is the main stage.
Oh.
And we have, we have a lot more than 9, but 9 out of the 10 in the competition
Cool.
are at Bike Week.
Well,
And Show Me God is Saturday night. Friday night. Friday night.
Yeah.
At the Handlebar.
And Burn Bridges, right?
Yeah, Burn Bridges is playing one night.
Chasing Poppies.
Chasing
Cherry.
Poppies is doing Sunday. And Circus of Mayhem's doing
Circus
Saturday
Mayhem.
before Five Finger.
Yes.
So it'll be pretty awesome.
I'm so happy for all of them.
Yeah,
We
it's
love you all.
they all put on great shows, and I think Bike Week looked at it and looked at the contest and went, holy shit.
That's a big talent. Like, it'd be a shame not to use it.
Yeah, absolutely. But congratulations to all of them that made it, and the one band that didn't, I'm trying to get them in here for an interview. So
Yeah, they'll have a lot to say, I'm sure.
well, absolutely.
Yeah.
They've got other stuff going on too, but maybe it just didn't match up or whatever. Or, I don't know. But maybe we'll get to
Do
find
they
out.
know that they're the 1 out of 10?
Probably. I
Okay.
don't know. I don't
You'll
say
have a lot to
I
talk
don't
about.
say names. That's not my place. So,
That's fair. That's fair.
Consummate professional. You'll have to see it.
but
Yeah.
I was floored. I was confused because these 4 bands are going, and okay, and I look at the list after they put everything out, and I'm like, wait a minute, they were there. Everybody was there except them. I'm like, what the hell happened?
Except 2?
Huh?
I'm kidding.
Stop trolling.
I know.
Roman's the biggest troll
Roman's
you'll
trying
ever
to get a
meet.
leak, and I do.
Well, and to say
We'll
to
bleep it in
also
post.
say the least, a band that wasn't in the competition is playing.
Oh, interesting.
So,
Yeah, well,
actually,
is it
a
Tenacious
couple
B?
of
Is
those.
it Tenacious
Oh my god.
But no, it's that week is going to be insane, and I can't wait. I think it's going to be nuts for all the bands getting that kind of exposure, and it's just an honor and a privilege to I don't do anything. And I honestly, I feel dumb on stage. I'm not a musician. I'm practicing. I'm learning. But
we would incorporate you.
Makes you feel any better. I'm
Also,
not really a
teach
musician
us
either.
some stuff.
but I'm just like, just stand there and be scary, be the Yeti. And I'm like,
be the Yeti.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that's funny. I'll tell you what, if you ever are on stage with us, we will dedicate a song to you.
That is
And
actually
you know
such
exactly
a good
which
one.
one.
Or
clutch the Yeti.
maybe more than one.
Papua New Guinea.
That's it. That's what it is.
Yeah. But there is, if you guys don't know, there is a song about a Sasquatch.
Yeah.
From Tenacious.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Granted, you're not a Sasquatch, but it's close
Well,
enough.
Cousin George.
It's in the Yeti
It's a
family.
relative.
Cousin George, yes.
Cousin George. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, it's funny because I honestly feel that I can do away with the whole urban legend of it all,
Okay.
because there's the TV shows that are always on, and I'm an avid fan. I want it to be real.
Yeah.
That's why I do what I do. But I have a feeling that it's not, and it's been misleading for many, many years, because there were 3 people, I want to say, in the great state of Washington, which I spent some time in as well.
For that purpose?
They were, yes. Not
But you
me.
weren't
I was in the military. But they claimed they had DNA proof. And so the Sasquatch hunters went,
Sasquatch.
and they got the DNA samples, sent them off, and they came back as other animals: deer, bear, cow.
Because that's
Beaver.
what Sasquatch wants you to
It
think.
was
I gotta-
the forest orgy.
I do feel
Yeah.
like I want to give Becca's Sasquatch comment
Thank you.
its moment. Thank you. I appreciate
That was
it.
the DNA, but it was really just a forest orgy.
A forest
Of bears and deer. They're just trying to have a good time. Okay.
Well, you know what a Neanderthal looks like thanks to the internet. So what if you took a bear hide that had been killed, eaten, and skinned, and turned into clothing? What would a Neanderthal look like with a bear hide on?
A Sasquatch.
I always kind of thought that, and I don't want to be going too much into these theories or whatever, but I always kind of thought that if there was a Sasquatch, it would just be somebody from like primitive times who just like somehow some gene in their body or something.
Encino Man.
Oh, is this what I'm about to
Oh my
describe?
God.
I don't know.
He's too young for that reference.
Oh, wait,
Did you know? Did you know that in other countries that movie was called California Man?
What?
Yeah, that's true.
In other countries, it's called California.
He's doing stand-up, and he was just talking about some guy that he met and started doing an Encino Man impersonation for him, because he said, people impersonate me to me.
That's funny.
What were you going to say, Andy?
Oh, nothing. I just always felt bad for the photographers that took pictures of Sasquatch. Because what if they're great photographers and he's just a blurry animal?
You can ask me about this another time, but I personally know people who have seen a Sasquatch in the mountains of Ogden, Utah. And they're not the type to make up a story. They're very honest.
Yeah.
LDS people.
I'm
it's
not
actually
saying
my sister-in-law, her father.
there is a particular
Stop.
president. There's a particular president that created certain national parks in certain areas for certain reasons that nobody can confirm nor deny.
Is that a Sasquatch sound?
Sure.
Whatever.
Whatever they want to make.
Whenever you want it to be sweet.
Whatever you want, baby.
I like that theory though, Roman.
Well, I didn't even get to say the theory.
No, that it's like a primitive man or whatever.
Well, no. The point is somehow he was born with a gene that just like
Oh.
allows him to not die. He just
That's-
lives forever.
Right,
And-
like-
All it takes is one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're also always saying that the Earth is flat. So like between those two things,
Well, have you seen the meme where even the aliens, when they fly by Earth, they lock their doors?
yeah.
Well,
was
the
good.
Neanderthal
Forget 'em.
stay in
Yeah.
the national parks and stay in their caves because screw coming out and messing with us.
Yeah.
We are terrible. We are terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Not all of
What
us,
if
but
the gene mutation
as a
was
whole.
us all along?
well, in the Himalayas, the tribes that are in the Himalayas do have a gene that allows them to be able to live
Yes.
with less oxygen and the colder weathers.
Yes.
That's awesome.
So,
Yeah, adaptation.
and it is, yeah,
Super cool.
evolution and adaptation is just amazing. But anyway,
Yeah.
My other job is working at the Science Center, so I know those words.
I think we just told a whole bunch of stories on ourselves. People are going to think we're crazy and weird now, if they didn't before.
Oh yeah, and also that.
No. Me, my shameless plug of one time I did graduate college.
One time at college, I graduated. Yeah.
Well, you graduated college. You graduated college. Did you?
Did it?
Did you?
Listen, I'm a student of the
He did.
world.
I didn't.
I'm
I have credits, but that's about
All
it.
right, let's not use the E word.
you know,
Yes, women STEM kind of, except for.
I would say we're students of Earth.
Uh-huh.
You know,
Yeah.
What?
I mean, you can only learn so much from the man.
that's actually so.
You know.
Yeah, that's the degree is just what they
And
wanted you to
from
learn.
smoking too much pot in college.
Well, that's. I don't know,
Is that the only thing they were smoking?
they were smoking hot. I'll tell you that. Don't chuckle at that. Oh my god.
Ladies and gentlemen of the world, Tenacious B, right here on the Yeti Radio, live in the Backstage Lounge. Thank you guys.
Thank
It's
you.
an honor and a
Thank you.
pleasure. And you're as fun here as you are on stage, performing. It's a blast. You always make everybody laugh and forget about whatever kind of day they had,
Yeah. That is
especially the ones that had bad ones, because now it just got made better. So
thank you. That's
hats off to you guys for doing what you do. And
Hats off to you, man.
Yeah,
this
thank
this
you
was
for
really
having
fun.
us.
Thank you for having us.
really, truly.
Yeah.
This is such a cool
They
experience.
they always say like it's an old industry secret. Your 70-second interview is going to be the best one,
Yeah.
and like
Yeah.
it's common parlance. And I say we really you really nailed it this time. Like
Yes.
so shout
Number
out you.
72.
Yeah,
Lucky number
absolutely.
72.
The Refrigerator Perry of the Phoenix
The
music scene.
refrigerator Perry. Yeah, man.
One, 7, and 2 more.
That's 7 and then 2. Yeah, that works.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I like that.
Wow.
Just kind of cover one up
Talk about
and make the other one
conspiracies.
look like a 2.
Yeah. Thank you for having us. We
Thank
love
you, Yeti.
Absolutely, it's been a pleasure,
Thanks
and
for tuning in, everyone.
look forward to any and everything else going on. And as long as you share your post of your event, I will share it as well, and
Aw, that's great.
make sure everybody at least tries. It's got to show up for me to do it, so I can't control Meta, but
Go back up.
I'm hoping to eventually get to 1,000. I'm only at like 217 on TikTok. You got to be at 1,000 to go live on TikTok. So I would just as soon move my show there, but I can't get enough people to follow me, so I can. So,
Not yet.
but anyway, thanks for joining the Yeti tonight, and it's been awesome. Tenacious B, right here on the Yeti Radio in the Backstage Lounge.
The Yeti Radio, powered by DavidLeeImaging.com. David Lee Imaging in the Titletown Music Archive and the Live 365 app. Welcome to the Backstage Lounge on the YetiRadio.com.
Don't fuck it up.
Now, the rest of the story.